Hey everyone, it's been a minute since we've been on here. We took a short break and now we're back. Figure I'll bring you with the morning chores and give you an update on what's been going on around here in the last week or so. Good morning, ladies. Oh, you knocked your water over. Sadly, we lost another hen just the other day, actually. I guess she didn't go to bed. She was one of the Polish, and they're really skittish, and they're kind of the very bottom of the pecking order. And she kind of just kept to herself and stayed away from the rest of the hens most of the time. And she didn't go to bed. So when I came out here in the morning to feed them all, something had gotten out here and kind of just picked her through the fence around the coop. But now we're down to 6. These ones are getting big. We haven't had an egg in like 2 weeks. And they're all still pretty young. The majority of them actually still probably have at least a month to go before they're really like ready to be laying. So I'm not too concerned yet on egg production, but I really would like to see some eggs. We moved the second coop that we plan on putting the hens in. We fixed it all up and moved it, and I'll show you where we put it here in a minute. But this loofah teepee, actually we had a storm roll through about 2-3 days ago, and if you can see, the fence is pretty bowed out over here. The entire teepee, it's top heavy right now because of all the loofahs and all the foliage. Well, the entire teepee took a fall and landed on the fence, so we had to pull it back up. And we're hoping that it doesn't fall again, but over the winter we're going to have to stabilize the teepee somehow. Fixing up the rabbit tractor. We're actually going to go through and take off this top and put a whole new top on and get it ready for the boys. And then we actually came across this one, this little rabbit house over here, and somebody had thrown it out, so we picked it up, and it was in not the best of shape. It actually separated here. This run separated, and it just had little latches on this side and the other side, but we just fully attached it so it can't come apart. We came through on the inside and squished those fencing panels in, and on the outside over here we made it to where the very front of this one doesn't open as well, because we don't need that. And then the entire top here and there both open. And Chestnut is now in her new she shed. This is where we're going to allow them to have their babies. We think this will give them a little alone time. They have their own little tiny hutch in there. This area is open for food and just relaxing. And then this closed off area over here is where they can have babies. And then she's got a little ramp and can run around in there. And Alice is getting pretty big over here. Huh, Alice? Say hello, everybody. And here is where we moved our new chicken coop. I should say old. It was found for free. Jay's really good at that. He's like the master of free things. He found it for free, and it was pretty unstable and not in the best of shape. But we came through and stabilized it with some 2x4s and fixed up the inside. This entire door is rebuilt, and we used tin on the outside so nothing can get into it. It had some really cruddy chicken wire on it, and it kept stabbing us, and the door didn't fit the frame, and it was kind of a mess, but we got it all fixed up. And then we got ourselves a door back here to be able to just pull open and get in here to the nest boxes. The chickens should be pretty happy because in here they've got 1, 2, and 3 perches, so they should be able to roost up there. And we have a board that's going across from here to there so that they don't defecate into their nest boxes. But this is going to be their new home, and we put them over here so that they're both near the rabbits and the house, but also because eventually we will be moving our animals right back here. Right now it looks like a giant mess, bunch of weeds and trees, but we're actually lined up with the back of the garden right here. That's the corn. There's the garden fence. So right here we're going to dig in. I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually a pretty steep hill right here. And we're going to dig in right here and make a stairway down, and that's where our animals are going to start being, on this second level of the property back here. We're going to take out some trees, but leave a couple. There is a sycamore right back here that is for sure staying. I've got 2 sycamores that are staying, and a couple of dogwoods, but a lot of these are coming out so we can really clear this area. And we're gonna put the chickens and the rabbits down here and, you know, maybe in the future our goats will be back here too. Who knows?
I'm giving her some food.
You giving her some food? Yep. She loves that.
Giving her like seeds.
Also, everybody, we did breed Chestnut. It hasn't been quite 2 weeks just yet, but I don't know if you can tell or not. She's moving an awful lot. But she, after having her last litter, she kind of lost her dewlap a little and got back into shape, I guess. She started to look thin again, but about 2 or 3 days ago I realized her dewlap is really starting to be more pronounced again. So that to me is a sign that she's definitely pregnant. So hopefully here in 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks or so, we will see some little baby bunnies. The garden is looking pretty sad and pathetic nowadays. Those squash bugs kind of made their way through the entire garden, and they've taken out plant by plant. We have some new growth on some of the plants, but the squash bugs and cucumber beetles have really just taken out the melons over here and our cucumbers. So what's left of our cucumbers is pretty much just going to the chickens. Alright guys, I gotta show you something. Do you see these? These may not look that big actually, but these are huge right now. These are my Alabama red okra, and they're just kind of short and stubby. But this one you'll be able to tell. You see how long these okra are? This is what happens if you don't pay attention to your okra quick enough. It gets giant. You get like tree logs. Now we can use these in like gumbo or soups and stuff, and they'll still be fine. But when they get large like this, they get kind of woody. Jalen still loves them. She'll eat them. She really likes them this big because then she can eat one instead of eat 5. But that's how it happens if you don't check your okra quick enough. It's been like a day or 2, and we already have okra that large. Now, I wanted to tell you why I stopped doing garden tours, because it's been 2 weeks now since the last garden tour that I did. But
Mama, can I have this stuff? This stuff?
Yep. The reason why, sorry, it's really hot, and I'm trying to sneak in under this loofah, but it's kind of taken over the underneath too, so there's not a whole lot of room to get in here. I stopped doing the garden tours because the garden has kind of slowed down, and you know, it's kind of at its dying peak of the summer, and we don't really have a whole lot of fall things that really made it through the storms. I'm gonna attempt to start some and then get some row covers so that we can maybe still get some of our fall crops or winter. It doesn't really get super cold here until maybe mid-December, and that's when snow and stuff really kicks in around here, if we even get any. So from now until then, if I use row covers, we could probably get a pretty good crop of some cabbage, maybe some lettuce and carrots and things. So we're gonna probably rip up a lot of this coming soon. Obviously not the peppers, because those things are going strong, but, or the okra. But the tomatoes really aren't doing a whole lot. The melons and the cucumbers and the beans, they're all really starting to die off and peter out. The corn is done, so we've got a lot of the garden left to really plant in, and I think that's what we're gonna do. So no more garden tours, but we do have plans on making a video telling you what worked, what didn't work, what we plan on doing better next year for our garden, what were our favorite plants or vegetables, what were our least favorite, and things like that. So if you have any questions about any of the fruits or vegetables that have grown in the garden this year, any of the plants, how they've grown, or anything like that, leave a comment below so that we can make sure to cover that on that video as well. something has been digging up our peanuts. See this? I think the squirrels are getting over here, but do you see all of the foliage is being eaten off of all of our peanut plants? And this just recently started, so I don't know if it's time to cool them up or not. I mean, they're forming, but I don't think they're quite ready. Makes me sad because whatever's pulling them up is destroying our plants, and I really was looking forward to the peanuts this year. These cucamelon plants finally kicked off near the end of summer, and now they're just kind of giving us a ton of them everywhere. I had to share this, guys. I just came in from being out in the garden and filming out there, and the mail person came by, and someone anonymously ordered us this book off of our Amazon wish list, and I am like overfilled with joy right now. I don't know who it was, but thank you guys. This means a lot, and I'm very excited to get to read it. I wasn't expecting that, and kind of, you know, took me by surprise. So thank you again very much. I definitely was not expecting anybody to order that, and whoever you are, you're amazing. I love that we have followers, and you know, we may not have a whole lot, and our videos may not be the best out there, but you know, it's a lot of work to do what we do and to start from where we started, and this is like a little token of appreciation to us, and I thank you guys very much for that. Even just watching and subscribing and commenting on the videos is joyful for me. So just to know that somebody actually ordered something for us, that's just, it just blows my mind. You say thank you for the book?
Thank you.
Alright, we'll see you guys on the next one.
It's all about the lies I've told. It's all about